Can't believe this color changing mug actually worked. Thanks, St. Nick. Well, today I thought I would help bring you a guide that really needs to be published, one that I think a lot of people would benefit from. And that is how to send better hate mail. As you all know, my address is out there. Unfortunately, and it's, I guess, too much to ask as somebody who is having a conversation online or even an argument. It's too much to ask to not have edgy boys post my address in private Facebook groups like the Buy, Sell, Magic group. And of course, we know Wizards will do nothing about this. They will do nothing to deter this. So it's going to continue to happen. So I thought, why not take this moment to try to help those that feel like it's necessary to have an argument with somebody on Twitter and then mail things to their home, things that their wife has to open and be scared about, because, that just shows just how tough my opponents are. They don't want to argue with me over my ideas. They want, my wife, who knows nothing about any of this, to open horrible letters and horrible packages because, as you might know, I actually work. This is not what I do for a job. Thank goodness, because we see now what Wizards of the Coast does to people it disagrees with. But, I try to keep this sort of thing. I thought the rules of engagement were basically like, for internet fighting, basically was, no IRL and no bringing people's families into it. Sending things, doxing is an intimidation tactic. Sending things to people's homes is an intimidation tactic. Fortunately, for those of us that think this is an important fight to stay in, as I've stated before, I am not a pussy. I will protect my home. I have a conceal and carry license. My wife has a conceal and carry license. So consider this more of a, I'm concerned for your safety should you decide to show up at my home. This is not acceptable behavior, and it seems like every 3 weeks, every couple weeks, some YouTuber has some idiot cross the line. So I think, I haven't really talked about some of the things that have been mailed to me because why would I? These folks, they want attention. And although today I'm not exactly happy because, for the most part, I've intercepted almost everything until this one. And, and I had to answer some tough questions, and it's very frightening for somebody who doesn't really understand why somebody who disagrees with you on Twitter would send things to your home. This is not what normal people do. But I figured, why not take this negative and turn it into a positive? And let's look at one of the more benign things I got. This one came in today, and I'm going to submit it to the police along with everything else. Because unlike some people, I don't say things happen. I show when things happen, and I follow through. And this should be a lesson to all the, the edgy boys out there, people that think, that this is okay, because really, I got to tell you, it's really not. So here we have a postcard written by what looks to be, 13-year-old who can't even write. You suck, me. So if you're going to send hate mail, think it through. Like, you have 4 words here, my dude. Could you, it's clearly the word sincerely was an afterthought. Here's what I think. They started to write it. Let's play a little game down in the comments, okay? Let's play a little game. I'm guessing that this person wrote "you suck" forcefully, you can see, and then didn't know how to spell sincerely. It actually looks like it might have been written by someone else. So they saved it for later, and then they didn't have the same marker. So it took them 2 goes to write 4 words. Now, we know this person probably doesn't work at darkhorse.com, but we do know that it comes from Arizona. And I could reverse engineer this and figure out probably exactly what post office this came from. And there's an important lesson here, young man. I know this seems cool. It seems like that's really going to show him. But really what happens is now I get to make this video. Now I get to show everyone that your side is abusive, that your side is bullying me. Because that's what this sort of thing is. That's what doxing is. That's what sending things to people's homes. That's what showing up at their homes is. It's an intimidation tactic. And every time one of you does something like this, it makes the rest of your movement look terrible. That's my advice to you. When you do this sort of thing, you don't get any points with your argument. You just look like an asshole. You are the same type of person that is going to cross a line one day that they cannot come back from, and I'm worried for you because you clearly think internet drama is too important. I highly recommend just logging off Twitter. Just relax. It's like it's okay. It's okay to disagree with people. Because you know as well as I do, it's extremely unlikely that the police will ever find out who sent this, but it's going to go in a file. And if I had to venture a guess, edgy boy, you probably told a bunch of people that you did this in your town in Arizona. You're probably waiting for me to do a video on this. And there's a small chance that somebody you told isn't going to be happy with you someday. You would be surprised, young man, that just how many former friends of people reach out to me with dirt on them. You'd be surprised how many people you told that you did this that aren't going to be your friend forever, and perhaps one day they might look for a way to hurt you. And here this postcard will sit in a file folder in a police department in a place that's 2,000 miles away from you. And yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. That's why, I don't really care. I would prefer it that my address not be out there, but I can't unring that bell. And because I work hard, I own my home. And I'm not going to sell my home and move for anonymity's sake. I will defend my property. And I will offer advice to anyone else who thinks that doing this or sending me different messages or hate mail or packages with disgusting things in them. Like, I think it's kind of funny. I see the package. I know it's not something I ordered, and it just goes in the trash can. Or if it's something I'm more concerned about, it just goes to the police station. It really doesn't affect me at all. But what it does is it hurts your cause. If you want to show everyone I'm so evil, you probably don't want to do this sort of thing because I'm going to put it on display every single time. Let me show you what good hate mail looks like. This is an appropriate hate mail. I had a package sent to me, and it was actually sent to my P.O. box, something that is public. Look, if you want to send hate mail to me, send it to my P.O. box. At least my wife doesn't have to be the one that opens it, right? Get this box, open it up, and look at that. Ha 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 ha. Dick gummy candies. Now this is how you send hate mail. It sends me a delicious treat. You get to say whatever you want, and everybody wins. If you feel so inclined that you must mail something to somebody because you don't want to argue with them on the internet, a bag of dicks is something that I would say is acceptable. A glitter bomb is probably acceptable. An actual, no, that's not acceptable. Sending cryptic messages to their home address, that's not acceptable. And I would hate for some young man or young woman's life to be ruined by doing something in the heat of the moment. So if you're going to send hate mail, send me something I can eat. Like, I'm going to eat these. I appreciate this. Like, you get your message across. You think I'm a dick. Okay. This is great. But to send other stuff to somebody's home, it's really not cool. And if you use Wizards of the Coast logic or any of these other cyberbullying people's logics, well, then it's their fault. It's Wizards of the Coast's fault that I get this. It's the Tolarian Community College professor, Brian. It's his fault, right? By their logic. I don't think you'll see any of them disavowing this. But if you're going to send hate mail, can you just get better? Can you get good? Cutting out little magazine letters to, call someone a douche, like that would be good. Show some effort. This, just saying, you suck me, you suck sincerely me, that's low energy. That's low effort. That's why your side never gets anything done, because you're slacktivists. Like, actually formulating an opinion was too much work for you, young man. So that's what you do. Makes you look bad. Get good. I definitely want better opponents. So if you're going to send me hate mail, send me delicious gummies. Don't send this shit to try and freak out my wife, because that's just not cool.